The Long Walk. That's right, folks. Francis Lawrence, a director probably most famous at this point for working in the Hunger Games franchise. Well, before the other Hunger Games movie comes out, which is The Sunrise of the Reaping or whatever, is he attached to that? I don't remember. Nonetheless, let's just go to another popular author called Stephen King and adapt one of his works. It's The Long Walk. I don't know if it's a short story. I'm not big into Stephen King. I think the generation that loves his work is the ones right before me. I'm familiar with it. It permeates popular culture in ways I'm very familiar with, but I've never felt the urge to dive deep into all his works. There's some good ones, there's some bad ones. The guy is prolific and makes a lot of stuff. So if this is a short story, I don't know. It could just be one of his random ones. I think this is when he was using the pseudonym and making it to see like if he's actually a good author or people just buying it because it's Stephen King. I find it very interesting that the two big Stephen King adjacent properties coming to film this year are The Long Walk and The Running Man. Two movies about how people in charge hate you because you're the little guy and you have to fight big corporations because the way the world works is messed up. I mean, timely, right? Timely. And how media glorifies violence and destruction. Timely. I knew nothing about this project going into it. I like the director. I like the young actors we got in this thing. Pleasantly surprised. This is a good movie. This is a classic, stylistic, just here's some good actors doing a good movie. It's pretty exciting. It's exciting. Like, it feels rare. That's such a weird thing to say. That there is a project of this notoriety that doesn't feel like it's hitting, like the big moments it should. It's just quietly coming in and performing solid. I think it's a really good crowd pleaser. There's really good tension involved. But it's not hitting the heights that, like, it hit, When it came out, people were like, this is awesome and amazing. Dr. Sleep, I think, even got a little bit more like excitement behind it, and I think The Running Man's going to get more excitement behind it. But this one, it's as good as any of them. Maybe better. I definitely like it more than some of the other movies on that list I mentioned. Just solid. What if a bunch of boys, 50 of them from the States, they had to walk, and the last one walking won, and they could have anything they ever wanted, I guess. What would that be like? Well, good plot for a story. Very cinematic idea, which is surprising because it's just people walking. But it works, This is such a weird thing to say, but I'm going to say it. I think in modern times, some filmmakers have lost the art of moving a camera and having people doing the walk and talk. Just quietly. It's not major, where I think it's like, oh, we lost the art form. But that used to be a very primary thing, especially in older film. Or if you're Aaron Sorkin, it's like what you're known for. But not a lot of big movies these days are really good at the walk and talk. Well, this whole movie is the walk and talk. It is people walking and talking. And there are continuous takes of that. These shots go for a few minutes sometimes. And it's just watching these young guys walk for a long time. Which is really exciting to see because it feels different than anything else out there. And they're not in some fake studio lot on a treadmill. These guys are walking in real locations. It's expansive. It's big. It looks terrible. The experience looks terrible. The movie looks really good. It's really impressive, actually. I don't know how you do that. I'm guessing you close off the location where you have to film this specific sequence and you do that before you move on to the next one. But you'd have to go back if the scene messed up. So it would be very complicated to really perfectly pinpoint where everyone's supposed to be for every single sequence. So technically, that would give me a headache. So that's impressive that it looks this flawless. I'm sure you have to pick locations if you're going to do that just look so expansive, so it doesn't matter like if every detail catches together perfectly. It's the best interpretation of what this story could look like on screen, so that's really impressive. And it stars who I would consider two of the best young talents we have today. I think Cooper Hoffman is just incredible. He is always going to be in the shadow of his father, which is a shame, because when your dad's one of the greatest talents we've ever seen on screen, it's hard to live up to that. But he's choosing different roles. He's presenting himself in a very similar way to his dad, but it is so drastically different too. Very modern, very a kid of today. He's really good, and he just looks like a normal guy, which is incredible. He's so good in this, so many key moments. It's just a lot of dialogue, a lot of talking to Dave Johnson, which really works, man. It really works when these guys are just so good together. He has a few crucial moments where he breaks down or the tension is rising. He plays it so well. He plays it so well. Like, you're watching the face of a guy who has a storied career ahead of him. Same goes for David Johnson. I mean, he should be James Bond, right? Like, we can have that conversation. When he first walks on screen and he just looks so confident, so eager, so cool and poised with the big muscular arms, you're watching someone who just came out of nowhere and just took over the screen. It's unreal. He is unreal in this movie. The confidence, the charm. There is nothing like it else that we're seeing today from these modern guys. It's so different than the stuff we're seeing from Chalamet or Butler or Elordi. He is just confident in a different way. I think both these guys are, and I don't hate any of the young men that are in this movie. They're all so talented and so special in different ways. Like Ben Wang, who's had an interesting career being a Karate Kid. Well, this is a way better performance than that movie. You know? It's so impressive. But David Johnson, man, like, just electric. You're watching a generational talent just sweep in here and command the screen. The voice works, the actions work. It's so incredible to see him. Everyone is doing better than Mark Hamill, which is awesome. I love a movie that has like 10 primary actors of, you know, some notoriety. They're younger guys, but all of them are just schooling Mark Hamill doing the basic Mark Hamill thing. I'm not the biggest fan of Mark Hamill as an actor. This isn't even his best work of the year. It's probably The Life of Chuck, right? Like, that's a little better for him. I don't know. It's interesting. He plays like an angry general. Ooh, what a shocker. He's got a gruff voice. He's going to play an angry general. And that's the other thing I really like about this movie. It has the same level of cynicism I do. Like, the whole time, any moment there's a cop on screen or a military person, all these kids are just like, go to hell. I hate you. I'm going to spit on you. I'm going to kick you. I don't want you around me. Get that gun out of my face. Love that. But there's also just like a quiet energy that the world sucks, so just fuck it. Let's just fucking die or whatever. None of this matters. We could get our wish and the world's perfect, but it's never going to be perfect. There's an institutional corruption that's spread out across the whole world. There's nothing we can do to fix it. I'm stuck in this system that I can't escape. I might as well just kill myself. Which, I love that. I love anything that's anti-cop, anti-military, and just so miserable at the world around you that the best thing you can do for yourself is to end it, because there's nothing you can do to fix it. It's something we all feel every day, and it's just so perfectly embodied in these young men who are just walking in a line. A really solid movie, and Judy Greer shows up in two very crucial moments. She's really good at that, you know? Underrated actress. So many great stuff. Her second scene with her, Cooper Hoffman plays her son. That is one of the most powerful moments I've seen on screen in a long time. Like, it is just so effective at this very specific thing. It's like watching your child go off to war. You know they're not coming home. And you're just supposed to be okay with it because the government says this is how it has to be. It's interesting. There's a couple moments where they try to like give you some backstory, but it's not too overstated, which I think is very important. If we got a little too much, it just wouldn't feel right. That's not what this is about. It's about these young boys just being sentenced to death for this weird thing. So of course Francis Lawrence is going to direct this. It's just like the Hunger Games. It's just, we're letting these kids die for no reason, and that's just how the world works, and we're trapped in this system that just feeds itself. But hey, generational talents are being formed here. Incredibly good script. Just people walking and talking outside in real locations. Like, that's pretty impressive for a movie in 2025 based on a Stephen King adaptation. We could have got the way worse version of this. I even think 3 years ago we'd gotten a worse version of this. The times are changing though. And these people know how to make these movies look good and be better now. So it's pretty cool. I am blown away. All these guys are talented. Solid little film. It almost feels rare to say. So, The Long Walk, I am going to give a 7 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.